The Catholic Church is at a crossroads, with three strong contenders: Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, and Cardinal Peter Turkson, ready to take the crown. Each carries a unique vision: Tagle's compassionate bridge building, Parolin's diplomatic mastery, and Turkson's passionate commitment to social justice and sustainability. The future of the Vatican Church is uncertain, and the next pope may not just lead the Church, but redefine its role in a fractured world. Pope Francis, who assumed the papacy in 2013, has been battling a range of health issues in recent years, raising questions about his ability to continue carrying out his papal duties. His health has been exacerbated by his recent abdominal surgery, which has left him more frail and requiring him to use a wheelchair during official duties. The physical and mental demands of the papacy are immense, and his responsibilities as a key diplomatic figure have taken a toll on his capacity to perform at his usual level. Speculation about Pope Francis's potential resignation has grown, with speculation about his resignation intensifying. Unlike his predecessors, he has openly discussed stepping down if his health prevents him from fulfilling his duties. This contrasts with Pope Benedict XVI, who made history in 1313 as the first pope in nearly 600 years to resign, setting a new precedent for future pontiffs. The Vatican has already begun preparing for what could be a historic leadership transition, with the role of the papal conclave in selecting a new pope having never been more crucial. Tasked with choosing a leader who can both uphold the Church's vision and tackle the complex global challenges ahead, the conclave's decision will be pivotal. With Pope Francis's health deteriorating, the urgency surrounding this transition continues to grow. The next pope must balance the deep-rooted traditions of the Church with the rapidly evolving needs of the modern world. Given the high stakes, it is crucial that the next pope continues Francis's progressive path or seeks a leader with a different vision. Some nominees include Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, who is known as Asia's Pope Francis. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, often referred to as Asia's Pope Francis, is a leading contender for the papacy due to his global appeal, progressive views, and compassionate approach to leadership. Born in Manila in 1957, Tagle was ordained a priest in 1992 and quickly rose through the ranks of the Church. His early theological training, both in the Philippines and abroad, laid the foundation for his distinguished career. He became the Archbishop of Manila in 2002 and was made a cardinal by Pope Benedict XVI in 2012. Tagle's pastoral leadership is central to his approach, focusing on healing, compassion, and the dignity of the human person. He is deeply concerned with the challenges faced by the poor and marginalized, addressing social issues such as poverty, inequality, and human rights. His focus on inclusivity is central to his leadership approach, actively working to bridge divides within the Catholic community and with other faiths. One notable quality of Tagle's leadership is his ability to connect with people from all walks of life, reflecting his deep understanding of the challenges faced by communities in the Philippines and beyond. His empathy and humility shine through in his public engagements, whether addressing the poor in the slums or engaging in high-level dialogues with global leaders. This pastoral approach to leadership has made him a beloved figure in the global Church. As the Church contemplates its future, Tagle's leadership style is particularly appealing to a generation of Catholics who are looking for a pope who embodies both tradition and progress. His approach mirrors the progressive values championed by Pope Francis, particularly in areas of social justice, environmental advocacy, and the inclusion of marginalized groups. If Tagle were to ascend to the papacy, he would bring with him a unique vision for the Church's future, emphasizing inclusivity, global engagement, and social justice. His potential to continue Pope Francis's legacy, particularly in fostering interfaith dialogue and addressing global issues like climate change, makes him an exciting candidate. Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican's Secretary of State, holds the second most powerful office within the Catholic Church, shaping not only the Vatican's foreign relations but also its broader geopolitical influence. Given his extensive experience and influence, many have speculated that Parolin might emerge as a prominent candidate for the papacy in the near future. Cardinal Parolin, a key figure in global diplomacy, has a deep background in international relations, and is known for his ability to build bridges between the Vatican and world leaders. His reputation as a Middle East expert has placed him at the forefront of international peace efforts, emphasizing the Vatican's role as a moral force in global conflict resolution. Parolin has worked tirelessly on numerous global issues, including climate change and interfaith relations, advocating for peace in regions torn by violence. Parolin's leadership extends to strategic negotiations, positioning the Vatican as a neutral mediator in international conflicts. He has also strengthened the Vatican's relationships with countries such as China and Russia, reflecting his strategic approach to fostering cooperation between the Holy See and state authorities. His diplomatic efforts aim to build understanding and collaboration, reinforcing the Vatican's global position as a source of moral guidance and international peace-building. Pastor Parolin's potential papacy could signal a shift in the Church's approach to global issues, focusing more on diplomatic engagement and conflict resolution. His leadership could offer a more authoritative approach, one that contrasts with the more consultative style of Pope Francis, ensuring that the Church retains its influence in an increasingly polarized world. Cardinal Peter Turkson, a Ghanaian-born cardinal, has emerged as one of the Vatican's most influential figures on social justice, environmentalism, and human rights. Born in Ghana in 1948, Turkson's formative years in a developing country profoundly shaped his understanding of global inequalities and the importance of justice for all. His appointment as the president of the Pontifical Council for Justice and Peace in 1989 allowed him to make substantial contributions to global discussions on poverty, social inequality, and the environment. Turkson has become a key figure in the Vatican's advocacy for environmental sustainability, particularly in the drafting of Pope Francis's encyclical, Laudato Si. He strongly advocated for global agreements aimed at curbing environmental destruction, particularly in areas where communities are most vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. Turkson has tirelessly worked to highlight the intersection of environmental and social issues, calling for action to address the economic and human consequences of environmental degradation. His advocacy for human rights has focused particularly on poverty, alleviation, migration, and the protection of marginalized communities. His focus on these issues reflects a broader belief that the Church must take a more active role in addressing systemic inequalities and ensuring that the most vulnerable are not left behind. Cardinal Turkson's candidacy in the Vatican signifies a significant shift in the Church, reflecting the growing influence of African Catholicism. As the first cardinal from sub-Saharan Africa to reach such prominence, his role is symbolic of the rising importance of the Global South in Vatican affairs. Africa's Catholic population is growing rapidly, and Turkson's leadership would bring attention to the specific challenges faced by developing nations, such as economic inequality, migration, and the effects of climate change. Turkson's background, rooted in Africa's challenges and opportunities, allows him to offer a unique perspective on the Church's global mission. His rise within the Church signals a shift in priorities, where the concerns of the Global South, including issues of social justice, economic disparity, and migration, take center stage. His vision for the Church is centered around the idea of a more socially and environmentally conscious institution, which not only nurtures spiritual life, but actively works to solve some of the world's most pressing challenges. Cardinal Tagle, Archbishop of Manila, is widely recognized for his inclusive and compassionate leadership style, mirroring Pope Francis's emphasis on mercy, pastoral care, and connecting with people from all walks of life. Cardinal Parolin, the Vatican's Secretary of State, brings unparalleled diplomatic expertise, making him an ideal candidate to navigate the Church's role in global politics. Cardinal Turkson stands out for his unshakable focus on social justice, environmental sustainability, and human rights. His leadership could significantly enhance the Church's engagement with pressing global issues, such as climate change and economic inequality. His deep connection to Africa and his commitment to advocating for marginalized communities could inspire a renewed global perspective on the Church's mission. The selection of the next pope will shape not only the direction of the Catholic Church, but also its role in the broader global context. The Church's ability to balance tradition with reform, diplomacy with advocacy, and inclusivity with global leadership will define its future. After a clear projection of each candidate's vision, the future of the Catholic Church hinges on whether Pope Francis is ready to follow in Pope Benedict's footsteps and step aside, paving the way for a new, dynamic leader. If Pope Francis is ready to pass the torch to a more energetic, transformative candidate, who will it be? The answer could reshape the Church for generations.